see my screen? Yep, here we are. Perfect. Okay, guys, so I love Canva. It's a great tool. It's a lot of fun. You can create all kinds of things with it. And today I'm going to show you how I created this in, I don't know, 20 minutes. And then also I created this. So let's see. Want to know how to do it? Yes. Okay, let's go. So basically I'm going to do a challenge with doing these workouts that I like to do. It's Lily Sabre right here, and she has this workout. It says, do this workout for 10 days in a row and you'll lose lower belly fat. My biggest problem is I never remember to do it. I only remember to do it the one day, and then I forget. So I thought it might be fun to educate people on abdominal fat and diet tips and stress and how that causes abdominal fat while incorporating these workouts. And I can also I can also go and find people who follow her on Instagram, and I can actually invite them to my challenge, right? So then I could build a network with people that I have something in common with, which I like her workouts. So that is my plan. That's why I'm using her. And so this would also be good for you guys who are Beachbody coaches, because you don't really want to go to Autumn's page and do that, because it's going to be all Beachbody coaches or people that maybe already have a coach. You might find some people, but it might be more difficult that way. This way you could actually be introducing some people to an Autumn workout who maybe don't know about it yet. They like to work out, but now you can introduce them to another workout. So you could actually consider doing something like this, where you're doing somebody else's workout and then say, hey, I'm going to do this workout program. Here's what it is. It's 60 days. Check out this video, and you'd be surprised. They probably would join you with that after you provide them a lot of value in your challenge. So here's what I did first is I went and, started from scratch here. So you go to canva.com, go to templates, and you can go, Instagram story, Instagram post, Facebook post, Facebook cover. So say you're doing a Facebook post, create a blank Facebook post, right? So that's how you get started. And then what I did was I went and Googled some pictures. This was actually how I got the inspiration, as I saw this, this image here is very eye-catching. So now Lily Sabre right here. So I went and I just found her. I found this picture. I really like that one, and it just stood out to me. And then I also searched up, her working out, and I had found another photo this way. So you can just find some photos that you like. And then what I did was I went and did a screenshot of it. So I showed you right here is just go to this photo. I have a Mac, so I used Command Shift number 4. That is to take a screenshot of a specific little area. Awesome. And then I went over to, if you're on your phone, you can do like a screenshot and you can upload it to Canva as well. So then I had uploaded it, just say upload media, upload from, you can do Google Drive, Facebook, Instagram, Dropbox. So these pictures were already here. And then I uploaded it. Okay, now when I have my uploads here, I just basically bring it over to the document that I want. And then I can resize it. I don't want her head cut off. Okay, so you can figure out how you want to do it exactly. So I'm going to show you something really cool. You want to know how to get this cutout effect, right? Because right now I have this. Now there's other things I've used in the past that you had to like erase it manually, like you had to take your mouse and erase it all. Now this is cool. This is probably worth the $12 to have your Canva Pro. So you take this photo and put effects, background remover, and watch this. 1, 2, 3. Poof! Ta-da! How cool is that, right? So there's that. And then this one here. Go over here. Ta-da! Click it. Effects, background remover. So then there's elements. So, you can choose if you want to put some kind of element like a box, different things here. Sometimes I'll do a box. I'm going to do a line. I'm going to do a line. I'm just going to show you that. Here's that one I was doing, and then this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, so for the one we did below, I added in some little fancy things on the side. There we go. Then I move this up here. I'm going to change the color. Here's how I change the color. You just go up here and pick the color. All right, and you can actually create like a whole palette of colors. You can have a whole brand kit. You can actually make this transparent if you want it to kind of just blend like that. So a lot you can do with it. And this was to sort of get to what I got here, okay? So you can see how we're going. We got this line, got this bar, but I just searched, what I did was in elements, I just searched line. You could also do arrow, okay? Like here, you can see part of it is I did these arrows to her lower waist. You could flip it by that little circle. Okay. And then I added in some of these little curves. So I actually searched curve. So you can see what's available. Okay, and they had done these like dashes. Like in her YouTube video picture. Let's see. I noticed that they had, where is it? It is one of them, they had these dashes around her waist here. So right here, photos, uploads. What I'm trying to show you is this. They had these dashes down the side. So I was kind of looking for something like that, to really draw the eyes to the waistline. And so element here, if I just do, I could do dash, look at that. I could do something like that, but it doesn't look like it's going to work because it's not curved. No, it's not going to really work, right? No. So I did this one here. And just like this. Is that the one I used? It looks kind of bendy. Let's see. So guys, I'm like a little OCD with this stuff. So here we go. I think I used that one. Is that the same one? I don't know. So like that. I had originally like brought it right up against her waistline. And then red. The reason red is great is because it actually draws their attention towards that object. So what you could do is something like that. So it's really bringing their attention towards that waistline. Like that. I feel like that one looks a little bit better. So you just kind of play around with it until you get it. And the other thing is I would actually just copy and paste. Watch this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this one that I like already. I'm going to copy, Control C, Control V, and V I can do it twice. And then I can bring it up to this one. So there we go. So I can just bring that up like that. Yeah, you can just find them over there find them in the elements section. Then you want to copy them so they're the same size. Oopsie, great. Anyway, I feel like that doesn't look as good as it does on the other photo. Maybe this photo size is a little different. Is that why? Yep, that's why. Okay. So you just play around with it until you find like how you like it, right? Okay. All right, and then I put up here. What did I write? Free challenge. Free challenge and daily workouts. And I just went over here to text, to get that. So I'll go like that. I'm going to drag this square up here, and then I'll pick a different font. So I have this Euphoria script already picked. This is Euphoria script. You can change the color of it if you want. And then I'm going to go make another text box for this big words here. So it says lose stubborn lower belly fat. So big text here. Where is it going on? Hold on. Not sure why it's not showing up. Oh yeah, duh. Add heading. Okay. So here we are. Add the heading. Lose belly fat. Okay. And I am going to highlight it and then make it bigger. I put 100 on there because you want it to be really noticeable. And this is Tico Bold, this font. You can play around. There's so many different fonts you can choose from. So like that, you're going to make this really big. And then you can make it, you can center it, you can move it over to the side. Like that. And then I made like a subheading inside of there. Stubborn, lower. Okay, so it says lose stubborn lower belly fat. Okay, and then in 10 days, so again, text, go here, in 10 days. And then you might want to change the color. I chose like a red kind of a color because that's more eye-catching. You can even make it a little darker if you want to go into this rainbow here. And you can kind of move it along the palette here. So if you want to make it a little darker. I like red because it's a very eye-catching color. And it typically gains more attention. So if you're trying to get attention on your, on your challenge, what you want, then you need to have that on there. So I just wanted to say it against comment right here. All right. So there we are. And go down and I put the date. All right. Put the date on here. So I go to like this one, February. I'm going to start at after the holiday, which is President's Day on the 15th. So Feb 25th. Is that right? Or is it actual 16th to the 26th? I'm just thinking I can't do it on the 26th maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that is the 25th. So that is 10 days. So that's the challenge dates. I think that's good to have on there. But any other details you just don't need, because I've been researching around and looking at other challenges that are done by professionals, and they all leave it very simple. They don't put 100 things on here. You're just trying to catch their attention, then you're going to have the information in the post of what it includes, or less is better. You know, you want to lead them to just say like they're interested, or send me the details, send me the info, or if you want to create a kind of a funnel page where you have them put in their email, it's a pretty simple thing to do. So then I had made her a little transparent in the background. You know, so it's just a little nice accent. So I like that because it kind of highlights the waist here, lower body fat, and then also the exercise component. So you see that she's like working out. So it's going to kind of touch on those both things. You can change the background colors. If you don't like this blue, you could go, you know, yellow. Looks pretty nice. Look how nice they all look. Different colors. You could just constantly, if you're advertising this for 2 weeks, you could just switch up the colors. It's going to catch their eyes differently, right? So I kind of like, oh, I like that yellow. It's really bright. It's kind of nicer than having white because it's going to break it in Facebook. You know, if they're in the regular mode, everything is already white. So if they're in the dark mode, everything's black. So there you go. So that's it, guys. Pretty simple, right? I don't know if you're commenting in the Facebook group, but hope this was helpful. I think that's all we need to know today. Yeah. And so I would say just play around with it. You know, you can use also stock photos. So by searching things like, you could do abs. You know, men with abs. Look at that. So that you could pull in. So you could do anything like this as well. And then elements, they have text, they have styles, so they have different color palettes here done for you, which is cool. They have music. I didn't even know that. I just saw that today. And this is, I guess, on the Pro. So you could put on music if you're making maybe a presentation or something. You can make Instagram stories and things like that, so I think that's why they have it on here. You can make videos. I didn't know that. I'm like just discovering there's some new features that are on here now. So how cool is that, right? Now, backgrounds. Super pretty. It's so fun. You might just have a lot of fun playing with this tool. Right? And then you can have folders. So you can create your folders. So I'm probably going to start creating more folders in here. So challenge, cover, photos. And then I could share it with my team. So that's the cool thing is if you have a team, you can actually, I can have up to 5 people on my team that can access all of this. So that's really cool too. So I can share this with Laurel. Like that, my friend. Okay. And then I can make the rules on here. They can share, they can edit, they can view. I don't mind if they do that. So there we go. So the assignment for today is to make your cover photo for your challenge. So it doesn't have to be super elaborate. It can be super simple. Just do what you can do. And maybe I'll have to have you guys vote on which one you like best here. Like more simple. Should we just get rid of that? Should we get rid of that? I kind of like the pink one. I kind of like her transparent in the background. Do we like her transparent or whole? If I want to make her more transparent, go like this. So, yeah, lots of things you can do. I think with the yellow, I like it more like that. I like it full out. All right. And you can always test them out, you know. So you can always test it. You can always post it one day and then post a different one and see how they do. That's how you learn really what people respond to. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Bye.